Hi, Twitch.
good evening,
Hi.
and welcome back after a long hiatus to another incredible episode of Injustice. I have to apologize to
Injustice.
everyone who's watching this later or watching it for recaps to know what's going on. That you will have missed a couple of sessions. We did meet all last week for our annual get together, and we played in person. We didn't record it. It was all very organic and magical. It's probably the best session I've ever played in my life, and you can't see it now. So I want you to know how much you missed. We are going to get a recap from one of our incredible players this evening. We do have the full cast live and available. I need to do the thing where you guys can be seen because it's not working. I wonder if my audio is working. Is a question that I have.
Oh.
It is working.
Hi,
Okay,
Twitch.
cool. All right. Then I didn't even do all the stuff that I was supposed to do. How long has it been since we've done this? Jeez. You can't even see the screen. Here we go.
Did you not know?
Bark, bark.
My dog
Great.
is unhappy. I apologize for that.
No worries.
I'm also not going to do anything about it right now.
For sure. So,
So,
team previously on
That's me.
Injustice. Who's actually up for a recap? Cam, I think you've done it, but you might also be the only person who took notes.
I'm the one. Well, I didn't take notes this last time. Jerry took notes, but
I
he
took
might not
notes.
be up. Who's
I
up?
might not be up, but I did take notes.
It could be
Uh,
Kai, Kijani,
45.
or Topharos. Saradwin, you are somehow 10 points ahead of everyone.
It's because I'm better.
I'm gonna fix that. I don't know.
There is that. That's an option. I mean,
It's a possibility
Yeah,
that I'm
my
unwilling
phone's
to
set
entertain.
Good.
Your phone is set to good? I'm gonna fix that right now. So yes, could be Topharos, could be Kijani, could be Chokai to give us the recapitulation. But let's get back into it. I don't care who does it. We're gonna start from give us a brief overcap of why you even approached the bandit camp, and then launch right into the final combat and the tactics, and then everything that you learned from. We really played like 3 sessions, kind of. So you can tag team it if you want. 2 people could take it if you want to do it that way.
So we were going to the camp because we were trying to free the Terra Nomada captives from the bandits that are led by an individual by the name Red Scar. His name is Thomas.
He's a little shit ass too.
So
That's true.
we after some incursion that occurred outside the camp, we stormed the camp.
Might say you
And
trashed
we-
the camp.
To the point where we got inside one of the caves inside the camp is where the major altercation took place, where we inevitably defeated the bandits. They chose to fight to the death, so therefore we granted them their wishes. After which we spoke with an individual by the name of Dalian. Dalian was one of our public school rivals. He was a bully, and he was beaten, broken, and bruised. So he informed us of some things that were going on. We informed him of some things that were going on, and we learned a lot about what happened relatively immediately after we left the Astropolis.
Mm-hmm.
I can provide that information in more detail. We do also know that Sari and Kai recognized some of the Terra Nomada. Kijani gave Dalian his masquerade scarf and frightened him into putting it on if he sees carrion bird that not a buzzard. It's not what he said.
Vulture.
Can't remember. Vulture. There we go. A vulture. Apparently, a lot of the bandits killed several of the Terra Nomada on the spot because they did not resemble Seri. Because these bandits were looking specifically for Seri and I believe Chokai. At least that's what they were tasked with doing.
Mm-hmm. Hunting down rumors that 2 of the terrorists from Astropor had been fugitives hiding away with the Terra Namata.
So, information regarding us being terrorists, Dalian tells a rumor has it that we found a weapon in the bay of the Astropolis and blew up the assembly that killed Phoebe. Most of the population think, the rumor is that Tofros had it out for Phoebe, blaming her for her uncle's ascension, and he convinced some other youths to in this conspiracy to end her life. Our current theory is that Amma is the mastermind behind the explosion of Lumen City.
You do think that?
Confirmed.
You do think that? Yep.
It is confirmed.
As far as what happened immediately after, Seri's mother was demoted to a control guard in a farming town to the south. Father took to writing poetry under a pseudonym. Rest of the family was better guarded from the consequences. A lot of our family suffered consequences because they thought they were connected with this whole thing. This is out of order, but on the desk in the cave, there's several correspondences. There's a letter of uncommon paper that is indicative of Astropor mail. Letter demands that progress be reported. Other letters indicate it is all written from the same person. 4 missives total. The letters indicate they were only searching for Seri and Kai. Apparently Terra Namata never take up like instruments of pure war. That was just a random piece of lore. Advocate Quinn, that's his mom, ran for re-election and won. She expressed shame about her daughter's behavior, quote unquote. The campaign was centered around distancing herself from the reputation of her daughter and us. Little discussion occurred about Kajani's family. Ollie's family is doing well. Sisters are still in school.
Well,
No.
went through school.
Still went to school.
Finished
Sorry,
school. It's
yeah.
been 10 years. Yeah, they aren't still
Yep.
in school.
Ganyan has been heard from, but rumor has it that he was aiding and abetting in our terrorist schemes. Tofros' aunt and cousin left the Astropolis because the environment became inhospitable. The people believe the terrorist attack was brought on by some kind of family feud.
Come on down.
That's the
Mr.
Price is
Ron
Right.
James.
Price is Right.
Shut up.
Survey says.
We can edit that out, right?
Yes,
Fix that
indeed.
code.
And we're still in the funeral rites were made for both the deceased Terra Namata, and a pyre was made for the deceased bandits by way of breath of fire. Dragon's
Yes.
breath. Not
Breathe
breath of
fire.
Breathe fire. That spell.
Which I just called to the chat because I had forgot to cast it when we were in person. And
Yeah, that's
I do
fine.
not have that
Because
spell
you
block
guys are,
available anymore.
yep. You guys are now going to take a long rest, so no worries there. As you dig into the
Yeah.
bandits' rations, you manage to prepare meals for all the surviving Terra Namata. There's a big kind of campfire situation. You have a much more subdued version of the sort of evening meal ritual that you experienced when you traveled with the Terra Namata briefly before. An attempt to make lively conversation, an attempt to tell stories. There are a couple of instruments that are brought out, scrounged from the bandits' supplies. Turns out the bandits had either stolen or had been practitioners themselves. There's a very poorly made, I wouldn't even call it a lute. It's like one of those $30 ukuleles off Amazon. But you do what you can. And you all can take your long rest, and spend some time. If you're not fully healed, or if you don't anticipate that you will be fully healed after the long rest, you can do some health checks. You've got the tools and supplies and time right now to make some medicine checks for you and your party to kind of catch up on that.
As I've already pushed the button, I know that Oleander and Sari will not be at full health after a long rest.
Okay, well you can spend some time in the morning too doing some healing. And so what we'll do is skip the nighttime. You wake up in the camp the next morning, so everyone needs to go ahead and make sure that you're done with your daily preparations. So if
Working
you've got
on it.
spell slots to pick, or anything else that you do during dailies, or if you have features that replenish on a daily, make sure you have those marked where you know where they are and that they're available to you again.
Okay, I'm gonna not have Breathe Fire on this time. I think I'm gonna have Befuddle on. That'd be
Befuddle.
fun.
Saradwin doesn't have 10 more. He has 100 more.
I'm sorry?
I mean, he has 560 and I have 460.
Or I could do Horizon Thunder Sphere, everybody. How does
Oh.
everybody feel about that?
You're talking about experience points.
Yes.
I see.
Sorry.
How did Saradwin get to 560?
I don't think we should have been.
Like, should we be having given the recap? Should we?
You should be at 460.
Great. Okay. I will put that there.
Yeah. I don't know how you did that, Saradwin. Cheater.
Saradwin's just better. I don't know.
He has his phone set to good, right?
Yeah.
So he built the thing in with Smolder that every time he clicks it, he gets 10 XP.
That would be that'd be a lot of experience points, to be sure. Also, I did lose a bunch of notes, personal notes, like God notes. So I'm gonna have to go back and read. I'm sorry, watch.
Gross.
I'm gonna go back and watch some episodes to figure out what I actually told you guys, to make sure that I'm consistent. So just don't ask me anything at all today.
So ask you everything today. Got it.
If you do, I'll make it up, and that will be new canon, but I don't want to do it that way. So, as the party awakens and prepares for the day, you guys feel free to do your additional hit point stuff, your treat wounds, while our spellcasters are doing the spellcast preparation game, and then let me know when you're ready to journey forth.
I'm gonna cast Mystic Armor.
That's a great choice.
It was 3 and 4 XP, so I just went ahead and changed it because like if we want to do the
What
rolls,
are you
we
talking
can
about?
have, but so that was the hit points we needed to heal.
Oh, not XP.
If
Now
you're-
we're talking
if
about
you're-
hit points.
Yeah, right, yes. Now we're back to hit points. If you are asking us, we can make the rules. I just went ahead and changed them because it seemed like we're in that kind of situation where.
I am fine with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill my wine while you guys finish daily prep.
I'm gonna see if I can get my
prepared
dog to
flurry of
stop.
blows. I am ready to bat.
Yeah, put my rapier in its sheath. I am prepared.
What's your problem? Why are you barking? That probably didn't work. I was right. May I have some healing, please?
No.
Please.
He said,
Mm,
"What are you at?"
37. Or away.
Out of
40. That's three
he,
way.
he kind of said we could
Just
put
do
it
it.
up. Yeah. In a
All right.
non-threatening situation, it's oh
GM is back in the room, so you gotta stop cheating.
oh we did with
Damn.
cheat with the heal like you let me do.
It's Labyrinth the 8th.
It is, yes.
Correct.
Let me push the actual date here forward to dawn.
Just so I can take appropriate notes here. Session 35.
Oh. Okay.
Or so.
I think
might as
that
well
it's
just-
session 38.
We might as well just... Let's stop numbering them. Let's start coloring them. This is session
Session-
mauve.
Mauve.
Oh.
Yeah. What good are the numbers anyway?
Well, they go in a predictable sequential order,
Oh,
such that
let's do them. Let's Dewey Decimal these bitches.
session 1.35.
All right.
What day of Stars Day? Okay.
Stars Day, which is Fantasy Monday.
How do I get
I
to
hate
the
fantasy
calendar
Mondays.
in?
You can double click the calendar. Oh, if you don't have it already up,
Yeah.
do you have the mini
Is there a way
version?
to No, I closed it.
Then it's gone forever.
Okay.
That's not true. I just don't know how to actually get it.
I mean, I can just log back in and it will pop up.
There is a
when I log
button
back in.
to show
I
it.
know there is one somewhere.
I never remember where that exists actually. So, are you guys ready to get in?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Waking up the following morning, the Terra Namata, you guys are preparing your day. There's some cold rations you can gobble down, fill your bellies. You have a short hour-and-a-half hike back to Badger Hill to see Camden and collect your zebras and your quest reward for this part of the adventure. And then you will decide how to make your way south to Iamdal Lian, the southern city. The Terra Namata thank you for your assistance once again. And they themselves pack up everything they can from the bandits, even going so far as to steal shoes and warm blankets and wear before trying to cobble together their typical traveling fare and make their way northward, hoping to team up with another tribe that is still sort of making its slow way back from Marakota across the plains so they can reconnect with their people. By someone. Chavis.
Jonathan.
Must be maybe coming to his computer from his phone. I couldn't hear him though because I have him muted. I forgot. Maybe he said something.
You
Did you
not.
hear him? Oh, okay. That being said, you all are ready to start your journey. Let me get... preload this scene. Yeah. So, action. It's up to you guys. What's the plan?
I believe we're traveling back to see Camden.
Perfect. Yeah, I had assumed as much, but it is a role-playing game. You technically didn't have to. So you guys are going to set out across the plains, short hike back to Badger Hill. As you do so, the sun rising behind you to your backs casts the plains themselves in a irresistible hue of shifting greens and yellows. It's a beautiful vista as the cool night is burnt away by the rising sun, and there is a gentle warmth even in autumn underneath the intense sunlight. It's a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. And you roll up to Badger Hill at around 10:15 in the morning. Let's go Badger Hill. We will turn that on. Okay. Everybody, is this loaded for everyone?
It is loading.
98%.
I'm at 95. This is bullshit.
I'm loaded.
I'm at 98.
Is this the right? What? Can you guys see the scene?
I can,
Yes.
Yes.
because I'm loaded.
Are you inside?
There's a big Tofros on my screen for some reason.
Yes.
You are inside?
Yeah, we are inside of his house.
Okay, cool. It's really weird looking for me. For whatever reason, it's not showing that. All right. As you return. Ho! Welcome back. I hope you are victorious. And as he sees the somewhat forlorn faces, as you recall your victory, but also the tragedy that you witnessed. I hope everything is all right. No?
For the most
We
part.
defeated the bandits.
Well, very good. That is what you were tasked with doing, and I appreciate it. Solid work for solid pay. Now, what do we see here? And he will... Let me double check. Did he already pay you?
Definitely didn't.
I think that he did let us buy a healing potion each, but like that was his prepayment, was opening his stores to us to buy things, I think.
Yes. I'm just checking all of your... I don't want to give you too much of a thing, so I'm checking all of your inventories really quickly. I'm sorry, guys. It's just been a
We
minute.
do also have that tattoo somewhere that I don't know if it's actually on a character sheet correctly yet.
I believe that Vestrin applied it to herself.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know if he had
She can confirm
the
that
access to do that.
when she...
Is that the eye mark?
Yeah,
is not on the
She
phone?
might be on the telephone, yeah. Okay, yes. He pulls out like a milk cart. It's like a tray with like dividers. It's kind of small, but it holds 6 little vials and pushes them towards you. I was up all night making these in anticipation of your eventual success. I hope you find them of use. And here there are 6 Elixir of Life Minor.
Elixir of life.
Sorry. That's not true. There are 6 Elixir of Life Lesser.
Lesser?
Lesser, not minor. I briefly forgot what order they come in.
Lesser is higher than minor.
Correct.
Okay.
Apologies.
No problem.
Resident called. I had to talk to him about what we were doing tomorrow. So
Hey, I get it.
what I miss?
We got some elixirs of life.
Each of
Elixir
you can
of
add
life
to your
lesser.
character sheet 1 elixir of life lesser, unless you'd like to divide them separately. There's 6 of them, so you don't each have to get one. But
Can I ask what that does?
so it's a potion.
Okay.
Generally takes, unless you're already holding it for some reason, or you have like a potioner's bandolier, takes an action to pull it from your pack and an action to drink it. And upon doing so, you will restore yourself
3d6 plus 6. hit points.
3d6 plus 6 hit points.
And gain
and-
a +1 item bonus.
Get a +1 item bonus on any saves or checks to beat disease or poison.
Oh, nice. Okay. Can I find that under consumables?
Mhm.
I really want to create an item.
It's not the level 1 item, it's the level 5 item. There's a minor version, which is the teeniest, and then this is the lesser version, which is the
Okay,
middleist.
let's see.
Middleist.
Elixir of life.
Actually, there's 5 versions. One, two,
Lesser. It's the true version, yeah?
what? No, that's the. Oh, there are 6 versions of this. The true version restores 10d6 plus 27 hit points and gives you a +4 bonus to checks.
That's pretty
What?
neat.
What level is that item?
19.
19.
We're a ways away from that.
I wonder if the 27, like where then like the breakdown was that like 27 was the number that it came to instead of like an even number.
It's always +6, but it starts with +1. So each one is. No, it's not true.
The one prior is 21.
It goes 1, 6, 12, 18,
21, 27.
21, 27.
That is pretty peculiar.
The
And
math-
they're both
math-
of 3.
But the level that it's available at is also not linear. So it's probably
Okay.
something to do with the math in there. It's not.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious like where
It's got to come from the item level somehow. I don't
I
know.
have a question.
Yeah.
Does anybody else see a big ass portrait of Kijani? Or is that
No.
just
So
on
I
my
saw a
screen?
really big ass
Okay.
portrait of Topharos, and then I like freaked out a little bit, and everything was better. So.
Hey, did you guys know that if you hover over a person,
This is true.
I didn't know.
Tis true.
Tell me more.
You know that if you weren't at full HP, you should be, and make sure that you are.
I think I am.
Yeah, I just want to
I
make
am.
sure that everyone is.
Everyone is. Yep, everyone's at full health. All right, so it is so Cameron, you asked what you missed. You guys did travel back to Badger Hill. About halfway, you found where you had tied off the zebras. You've collected those, made your way back to Badger Hill, where Camden has happily provided you the reward for having dispatched the bandits in the area. Thanking you profusely and wishing you the best of luck upon your travels. You're welcome to stay, he says, but you have no real reason to, unless you just want a roof to sleep under another night. It's only 10:30 in the morning, and I believe that I did
think that we
preload
should
this.
live with the badger forever now. Campaign over.
Oh.
And we'll pass on our vertices to his kids, and we'll play as them. We're gonna start over with his kids. We're gonna play as badgers now. Hope you're ready for that, Sid.
My
I
name is
Badger,
Kijani.
badger.
I would love for you guys to all play as badgers now, forever.
Badger Kid.
Actually, you know what? Fuck these Vertex things. Like, it was a terrible plot point.
We're
Let's
actually
just start
just
over.
badgers.
You were never supposed to leave Asper anyway.
There's no magic. We can't speak. We are just actual badgers.
Actual badgers, real ass badgers, not awakened badgerful.
Uh-huh.
I will-
Actually,
I
the
will-
prologue ends.
I will spend one action to dig.
That's a 3-action activity.
I will spend 3 actions to dig.
Badgers in Pathfinder some of them have similar abilities to barbarians. actually.
They have like a
Badger rage.
a rage ability, yeah. All right,
That's
let's
one crazy
see.
honey badger.
Honey badger don't give a shit.
I would like to rage.
Right.
So, how many miles away? 24 miles?
102.
102 miles?
126. Add them up. We'll do some math.
126 miles?
126 miles.
Okay.
Oh, there it is in brackets.
Okay.
Taking the most
And we
direct
can
route.
travel how far in a day?
With zebras, you can travel between 3 and 4 hexes in a day, depending on how
And,
carefully you're traveling.
How big is a hex?
They're here on the map. Oh, you want to know that for real?
I think it's 6 miles, but I could be wrong.
It is 6 miles. A 6 mile.
6 miles.
From the center
so we
of a
can
hex to the
travel
center.
18 to 24 miles a day. So we're looking at, like, if we travel quickly, like a 5 days journey, give or take.
If you travel with the zebras, yes.
With zebras.
Without zebras, it's even slower. You do also have a magical taxi cab spell that was recently made available to you. Maybe you don't remember this. It was one of the tarot cards that actually Topharos had it and it converted. It's a ritual spell. It costs you 50 gold to activate, so it's not free. But you will get a magical carriage that travels without stop unerringly in the correct direction towards your destination as long as it's a well-known location. It doesn't get lost. It travels overnight. And it has a
It's
60-foot
cat
movement
bus.
speed. It's a cat bus. It's a 60-foot movement speed. Let's see. I believe that's on your character sheet, Topharos.
It is.
I'm happy to use that. I'm also happy to save it.
What about the zebras?
I think we should save it and take the zebras to Imdalian.
Great. Do we have saddles or are we bareback in this shit?
You have saddles. You have saddles and rudimentary saddlebags.
I
packs
mostly
and
just
things.
wanted to say bareback.
Oh,
I see.
I see.
Great. How fast should we travel, gents?
I don't think we have any particular reason to like move slowly.
Great.
Moving slowly will allow you to be more aware of threats.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but we're not
Cool.
gonna come into
I ain't
contact
scared
with
of shit.
threatening.
We got this. It's gonna be fine, probably.
We already
Ah.
know people are after us, but they aren't directly after us yet, so might as well keep our trail moving fast.
Yeah. For sure. All right. So, someone please. You guys are gonna remove four hexes today.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Let me grab this. Someone please roll for me a D12.
I love
D12.
D12.
I got it.
Too late.
Damn.
Wow, I really only needed the one.
Sorry, Foundry fucked up.
Yeah, we were all like hitting it at the same time. To be honest, if you look at the
So pick the number you want, Sid.
I'm gonna pick the
Whichever
first one that was rolled.
The worst, I guess.
So 4.
4, yes. You managed to travel throughout the day today without incident. You are still in a place, you're traveling along, you kind of come back from Badger Hill, you're traveling along that same high cliff plateau to your left that in the crevice of which you found the bandit camp, although it is so very well hidden in the kind of the folds of the cliff face that if you didn't see it this time that you passed, you can't just kind of like see it from a distance. It's actually a very, very good fortification. If you didn't know right where it was, it'd be hard to find.
It's up in the holler.
Oh, yeah, it's out there in the cut. So as you bed down for the night, I'm gonna forego the random. Well, I'll roll. I don't really want to spend a ton of time on arbitrary travel, but you know, one never does know what will happen on the horizon, and I want to convey the sense of danger adventure.
Could we come off of the big global map? It just my game is not hacking it. My computer, rather.
It's hardware acceleration.
We
I
can.
I've
yeah.
tried to figure out how to do that, and it just does not. I
is-
can't find it anywhere.
No scene will fix it unless you get it turned on. Graphics acceleration is what it's titled now in Chrome.
It's still. Yeah, I can put you guys on just this page. I need to see the map. Or I can come here and just pull Cameron here.
Thanks.
No problem.
Sorry for being.
No big deal.
I told you I want a new computer, so there's
Yeah.
that.
We could
If
also
you
try
need
and
a power
figure out
supply,
what's
I've got
wrong
one.
with your
You
graphics
can have
card.
We could do that. You're right. I don't even know
Did
what
you-
kind it is.
Did that work? Hold on. Pull to scene.
I'm gonna reload again.
Okay, I brought my dice upstairs. I'm gonna roll some click-clack math rocks to see if you guys survive the night. So,
Do we wake up dead, Sid?
How you wake up dead?
it's possible.
Well,
If you're dead, how you gonna wake up?
Zombies?
I mean, you could wake up on the other side of whatever.
Zombies wake up undead. Point of order.
Yeah.
Wow.
I stand corrected.
Tell
Are the
me.
undead
Point of order.
not
You are
still
sitting.
dead though?
um,
I know that they're undead.
undead or yeah, it's
still-
Umbrella.
they still
Undead are
are
also
dead.
dead. Just
Graphics
because you're more
acceleration.
specific doesn't
Yep.
mean
Yes,
I'm
graphics
wrong.
acceleration is on.
Alright, then I ain't got nothing for you.
That's fine. It's fine. It's just my fucking shit computer. It's
Fine,
okay.
fine, everything's fine.
All right.
I'm
I
fine.
have
you're
sadness
fine,
for you,
everything's
does that
fine.
help?
I
Ah,
have
that does
sadness
help.
for you.
Thanks.
Okay, good.
It makes me feel melancholy.
You know, I guess that's better than a lot of things.
As you go to bed down for the night, setting up camp, you make a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, anyone.
Oh my god.
Perception.
That was really loud.
All of us or any? Oh, I was not blind.
Should ideally be blind, but that's fine.
Don't worry about it. I'll do another one and keep that one.
We did it. We did
Unless,
it.
unless it's higher, in which case, if you want to give me the other one, I won't know.
I don't even see your original, but
I deleted it, but it was 17.
okay. Sarah Dwin. Chavis, are you with us?
I'm here.
Oh, I hadn't heard from you for a while. So.
Yeah, I've had the microphone muted because I have to do the cooking, but I'm here.
Cool. Sarah Dwin, as everyone is going to set up tents, build a small campfire, break out some of the rations that you stole from the bandits that are likely to go bad soon. There's some like salted pork and meat and things that you might want to get through quicker. You notice an unusual pattern in the ground around the camp where you've chosen. Just strange furrows in a slithering serpentine pattern.
Kijani.
Yes.
It's very subtle. Only Sarah Dwin actually saw it. Actually, it's not that subtle, but the rest of you rolled garbage.
What do you make of these?
Name.
You can do recall
Can I
knowledge
roll a
nature check.
nature? Yeah.
I will tell you how to do this without giving stuff away. It's okay this time. I'll be better next time. You can roll a recall knowledge, nature, or arcana, or occult. That's a really good nature check.
Good job.
Be lying to us. Don't trust him.
Don't trust him. The pattern here is reminiscent. Not exactly. You've never seen anything exactly like this, but it's reminiscent of some sort of anaconda or constrictor or sidewinder. It's like a rattlesnake sidewinder on the sands of the desert, but on a enormous scale. Could easily be 30 feet long, based on these
That's
patterns.
upsetting.
Just give me night.
I do not want to frighten anyone, but if I am calculating correctly, this could be a creature up to, I don't know, 30 feet long, maybe. Very large snake.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, great point. Still have
Yeah,
no
great
idea that there's anything on the ground. You're like, what?
Where is the snake?
Well, it is not here right now, but it has been here. Where it has gone, I am not sure, but something of this size could hunt a very large space of land. They could also be territorially locked and have, a very short, well-traveled path that they just hunt frequently. So, for our sakes, I would hope that we are not in the latter situation.
So, sorry,
Okay.
what are
Uh,
you talking about?
Kijani, I don't think you have much to worry about, Kijani. Most of these creatures are carnivorous and don't care much for vegetation, so you should be pretty safe.
Yes, but they will
oh.
follow you.
Serdwin and Kai can roll for me. Can roll nature checks. Recall knowledge, nature. Yep.
Blind or
Blind.
I bet it was shit.
Serdwin, barely beating the difficulty class on this. You do recall tales from the Terra Nirmata when you traveled with them, having traveled longer than Shokai with them. There's a somewhat obscure, large reptilian constrictor, like almost. It's not really quite a serpent. It has stubby little legs. It's like it's technically in the dragon family, but it's more like Asiatic dragons from a design standpoint. It doesn't fly. It's long and serpentine. It can, similar to a rattlesnake, when it is startled or wants to scare away predators or which the only predators would be others of its kind. They're incredibly territorial. They can rattle the scales on their backs near their spine, and it creates this long, almost like the sound of like 100 locusts at once. They are carnivorous. They are territorial. They prefer larger prey. Like a human is like just a snack, kind of. It's not. Human-sized creatures
You're
are.
a snack.
Human-sized creatures are hardly worth their effort when they can chase down buffalo and larger things that will fill them up faster. But catching one off guard, startling it, could still be very dangerous.
do I have like a colloquial name for this thing?
Do you have like a colloquial name for this thing?
Yeah, just like a name. Like, do I know what this is called?
Yeah. Do you know what it's called? I'm inviting you to invent a name.
Yeah, it's called the the I want to call it the wiggle worm so bad.
They call it
It's,
the wriggle worm out on these plains.
Yeah, they call it the blade stalker because it stalks in the blades of grass.
Okay. They do indeed call
Yeah,
it the
they-
stalker.
Blade
Yeah, so you-
Stalker.
Yes.
Yeah, because it stalks on the
Okay.
blades of grass.
This is
It's the
this
Horizon
is
or
night,
plains.
This is night 1, right?
This is your
Yes.
first. Yeah.
And we're already getting stalking a blade stalker.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like something you would tell like a little kid to make sure he doesn't go outside his tent. You know?
Don't go in the tall
That's a-
grass alone. It's dangerous.
This shit will kill your ass.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring Charmander.
Char Char.
Or Pikachu!
You need a psychic type for a poison type.
What makes you think it's poison? It's clearly steel ground type.
Is it? What? It's ground?
Steel ground.
Then
yeah.
Pikachu will not be helpful.
True. All right.
Kijani is a grass type.
Caterpie.
So, with this information in mind, you don't know how recently, unless you'd like to make a survival check on the tracks.
I mean, seems like a prudent thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would do that.
Who is that available to? Those who...
People who have
are
training
aware.
in survival.
I don't think that's me.
Oh, I don't have train. I have a plus.
Y-
So you can
for
ignore my
for
roll.
this, I'm gonna say you need to be at least trained in survival in order to make the check.
I'm trained in survival.
Hey DM, have I finally decided to roll well?
I'm gonna show everybody
Or am I still
Tover's
bad?
roll just for fun.
What if I have plains lore?
This is a creature. Normally.
Oh, sorry, got you. Never mind. Yeah. I forgot what we were doing. I was like, every time that I can look for a lore,
Yeah.
like I always try to
Oh
find. it.
yeah, for
I
sure.
forgot
For
it.
sure.
Yeah,
This creature is kind of unique to the Horizonmer, so it's not just plains. in
that's
general.
that's reasonable.
Kai, with an excellent roll on your survival check. Having recalled the weather of the past couple of days and being familiar with the Horizoners yourself, you can tell by the way that it's not really dirt that it's cut into. It's really like the grass itself is laid down in these patterns. And you can tell by the fact that the grass hasn't sort of bounced back to reach for the sun and the sky, that this has probably been within the last 2 days. The creature has passed through here.
Sorry, needed an additional beverage.
This is not the right music.
Sounded like Hyrule Field kind of vibes.
It did, but now it's changed.
The change is not playing for me yet. Oh, there it is. This is
This is the vibe.
this is the Witcher
It is very witchy.
cosplaying as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, you know, I can see that.
I'm here for that. I would watch that on Netflix.
I totally would actually. Henry Cavill should have been cast as Jack Sparrow, not Johnny Depp. Changed my mind.
In
I don't have time.
I don't think
2002?
Cavill was old enough.
2002, yeah. Yep. All right. So as night begins to fall, it is now dusk time. So let's add a couple hours here. It's around 7 p.m. You guys are. You've already set up camp, begun fire, begun to eat. Anything anything else you want to do before settling down? Establish a watch pattern.
I will volunteer for first watch.
Also, do first watch.
All right. There are typically
Johnny
3
will take
watches. Yeah.
second watch.
I will do last watch as usual.
I will do the watch with Kajani.
All right. That puts Kai, unless he wants to sleep all night and fuck everybody, puts Kai working with Topros first thing in the morning.
I will help. I am helping Tattoo care for Cat's new tattoo, so I am
I
good
see.
at the second.
Yes. What we're gonna start with? That's fine because we're gonna start with.
Speaking of tattoos,
Yeah?
the eye tattoo that I stole from
Oh, I thought you meant real tattoos. I was like, awesome. What?
Tommy.
Yes. Tomas.
How do I go about applying that to my character?
In world or on your character sheet?
In world, but
Oh.
also on my character sheet.
Do you have it on your in your inventory?
I do
No.
not.
Okay, so you're gonna add it to your inventory.
Is it
It's-
equipment?
I don't
guess?
know. Just click one of the inventory browsers, and then just
Okay.
remove all the filters, and then type
Okay.
I slash
Eye slash?
I
means equip-
slash. You should see the I slash tattoos.
Okay. And which one is it? There are 4.
Okay, it's the level
Regular, greater, major, true.
regular.
Greater is level 4. You want the regular. That's what we want. Okay.
I think. Yeah, you guys aren't level 4 yet, right?
Correct.
Let's see here. Especially common among orc scouts who favor scar shaped like eagle talons. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Yes, it's in a little vial. You were able to collect it off of the previous person, coaxing the magical ink out of his skin and into a spare vial that you had. You can spend a couple of hours investing in it and basically pouring it onto your face. The ink just begins to seep in and kind of matches to the pattern. You don't have to be exact.
I
Did
would
you-
like to do that before we start our night watch,
All right.
if there's time in the evening.
Yeah. It is dark in the evening, so you don't immediately notice them. You do immediately notice the benefits, but you'll really notice them in the daylight, especially where, like on the horizon, where the long flat plains make it incredibly easy to see great distances. Kai can tell you he's been experiencing it. It's almost like having binoculars at will. It's just incredible distance. So you do have dim light vision, so you can see somewhat in darkness, and it's not a pitch black night. It's a half moon, and the sky is cloudless. So it's dimly lit, not pure dark, but still not quite the best vision. It's you and Ceridwen? You and Ceridwen?
Yes, that's
First
correct.
watch. Okay.
Yep.
All right. As you settle down around the embers of the dying campfire, maybe you've made some tea to keep warm on this chilly autumn night as the sun sets over the hills of the Horizmer. And the rest of your party wrap up in their bedding and bundle, except for Kajani, who just stands out in the field. But not in the tall grass, because that's dangerous.
I am the danger.
I am the danger. Is there anything that two of you, any roleplay plot piece that you want to touch on? Anything that comes up between the two of you, or do you just want to roll your perception checks?
I think that Vesrin would probably just be like vaguely discussing family stuff. It's like I think Sari probably was very aware of my mother, and I knew his mom as the guard captain, so I think the sort of revelation that my mom basically disowned me. Vestron would be
You're dealing
guarded,
with-
but would be trying to air it out.
Yeah, Sarah told me after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 30 minutes
Of listening to
of,
Vestron?
of just brooding silence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely how Vestron would have approached it. She would have just sat there and like, it would be very clear that something was wrong, and Sari's probably like, "Vess, you okay?"
Yeah, it would have been like,
I'm fine.
so do you want to talk about it?
Smolder, smolder.
I just can't believe. I can't believe she would disown me publicly like that.
Why not?
Well, I'm her daughter.
Yeah,
I mean,
privately.
I know she's a politician, but... Well, I suppose that's my answer.
Look,
She's a politician.
and you know just as well as I do that it's never what it seems to be with all of them. There's the face that they show everyone, there's the face that they show their family, there's the face that they show their partners, there's the face that they show their the people that they're trying to keep in power. None of it is real. She didn't know where you went. She didn't know if you were alive. She did know that she had power to be able to keep tabs on anything that happened in Astropor if she was still there, which includes you. And I feel very confident that if she were to have found you, at least, you would have been whisked away to some island off the coast somewhere to be forgotten about while she maintained the status quo and would have her daughter safe and sound.
Good night,
Although-
Julia. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Julia.
Everybody says good night.
Oh my goodness.
Nighty noodle. Now go to sleep.
Now go to sleep. Does that work?
More often than you would think. Sorry.
But all of that said, it does
Scene.
suck to hear. I won't
I
deny
guess okay, from a purely political standpoint, I understand it. It
Mhm.
makes sense. I mean, there's no way she could be reelected and defend what people assume were my actions, in part or in whole. I understand. Doesn't make it feel any better, though.
No,
I mean,
no, it doesn't.
what's her plan when I show back up in Astropol? How does she save face then?
What would be your plan? Would you have a plan? Or would you just cleverly make something up as it happened?
No, absolutely, I would have a plan.
Of course.
Politicians
you're-
must always have a plan for these eventualities.
And
I
she's... and you're just as clever, if not more than she is.
Perhaps. I suppose. Did you ever hear the story of the farmer who had two sons, and one left and caroused and generally made an ass of himself, and the other stayed behind and worked and helped and raised the farm, and after a decade the carousing son returned, and the farmer
threw a feast for him and welcomed him back with open arms. You ever hear that story? It's sort of a parable.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I would sort of, were I in my mother's position, I would fashion that that return. I would try to wag the dog, as it were, and say, "Oh, my long lost daughter has returned. You know, blah blah blah. You know." I would, of course, proclaim her innocence outright, and challenge
So-
anyone to bring forward evidence of to the contrary.
True. In this story so far, you've mentioned two people. You've mentioned the wayward son, and you've mentioned the father, but is there a third person in this story?
Well, I don't have any siblings that I'm aware of. I mean,
Well, who is the third person in this case? In my mind, it's her constituents, the ones that stood by her and stayed, worked the farm, helped her gain power.
yeah, I
The-
always wondered what the quote unquote good son felt about the whole thing.
No, he was furious.
Well, that's a tough pill to swallow. Like, how
It
do
is,
you?
but you know what the father says at the end of the story. I don't know if this actually plays on through, but the father says, "Everything that I have is already yours. Your brother took everything, went off, but he came back. Everything I have is yours. He's spent his inheritance. All of his good favor is gone. When I go, everything is yours. But my son is back, and that's more important than anything."
Yes, I suppose, but I would very much like the inheritance also.
I did say you were as clever, if not more. I'm sure that she has her plans, but you'll find yours too. I'm most confident in that, as if rather distant history and rather recent history, anything to say in that matter.
I think what I'm most terrified of is that she actually believes that I've committed this heinous act.
Well, that is a possibility. But that's something I guess we're all grappling with at this point.
That's true. It can't
I
be
mean-
easy for you, you know, Mother's guard captain.
Well,
Well, it's very embarrassing for her. Given the
True.
allegations, not that we were actually involved, but, you know.
it doesn't really.
Everyone thinks we were, so, you know, perception is reality in a lot of cases, especially in politics.
Yeah. Some of us are hit harder than others, I would say, but all of us are hit. There's not a lot of use in comparing the damage. There's just the point of controlling it and rebuilding and trying to think of what you're going to say when you see her face. Because I will tell you this, there's not a lot that I'm certain about anymore, but I'm going home. Maybe sooner than later, later than sooner, after all this is done, before we take another step. I'm done being afraid of this.
Sarah,
I don't know.
I plan to see you there.
I plan to see change. And I don't know if I can do it, but I'm not going to not try anymore. I don't know if it's us being all together again, the bonds of fate and time, but I just feel like we never were supposed to leave Astroport.
Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those watching at home, for our in-person session, Sid revealed to us that his initial plot construction did not involve us leaving Astropor. So essentially, at the end of the prologue, we took his entire plot and threw it in the garbage.
Yeah, well, by the time you got to the end of the prologue, it was already a foregone conclusion that my plot was dead in the water. I'm gonna revive it. I just have to up level everything by the time you get. Anyways, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You were
but
you were
tell
not
me that was not
originally.
beautiful.
You were not originally supposed to leave Astroport. That was beautiful though. Well,
That was masterfully done.
well done.
Um,
Oh goodness.
Vestrin snorts and then rolls a perception check.
Yeah, do your
There's no other
first
roleplay
watch.
to happen after that.
All right. You notice nothing over the course of your watch.
All right. Well, I suppose we should wake them up.
Kijani and Oleander?
Yes.
The itsy bitsy vineling cried up the water spout. Down
Vestrin
came the rain.
walks over to Ollie and says, Ollie. Ollie? She taps him on the shoulder.
Yes.
She taps him on the forehead.
I just said yes.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
people sleep talk.
She taps him on the eyeball.
It's your turn. I'm going to sleep.
Lose a finger next time you do this.
Well, don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm uncomfortable now. Especially with just the eyes. I'm not used to that yet either. Wow. Eerie.
Oh, her tattoo it basically looks like tattooed eyeliner. Like it is not like
Dark.
Yeah, no. He
Yeah,
thinks it's
aggressive.
eerie.
it's
He
just
said
very sort of like she always has makeup on now.
You have permanent smoky
Yeah,
eye.
yeah.
Yeah. Permanent smoky eye.
I still think of you as a 12-year-old. This is awkward. Almost. I don't like it. And I'm gonna walk away.
I think he just
Vestrin
paid you a
is-
compliment. You know.
Vestrin is visibly confused.
Yeah. So is Oleander.
Oh.
In an endearingly innocent and awkward way. I think he just paid you a compliment.
Vestrin goes to sleep.
All right, and Kijani
Cameron,
is.
you look cute with eyeliner on.
Thanks.
Johnny's just kind of like sitting in a blanket out, like looking over the plains.
Mhm.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Why could it
Too
be
many
followed
snakes
butterfly?
in these goddamn Horizon plains.
And Kijani throughout like this entire evening will be casting, like continuously casting root reading.
Okay.
It's a 30-foot emanation.
Yes.
As he talks to the plants.
He talks to them. He doesn't actually have the spell Speak with Plants. He does talk to them. We'll say that he talks at them.
He's got the ambition to speak with plants.
All right. Anything that the two of you want to, anything that might come up in your long, quiet hours in the middle of the night, as the moon reaches its zenith, and begins to arc overhead, the stars so bright with the lack of light pollution of any kind, just reel above. It's more stars than you've ever seen, blanketing the sky.
Wild having horizons like this on land. And back in Astroport, even the plains were really still rolling hills. Bit of that out here, but it's Horizon's different on the ocean.
Yes. But this has its own sense of being a sea, almost. The grass, the way that it waves, is beautiful. All these stars make me miss the forest.
Both of you need to make perception checks for me, please.
I did it again.
It's fine. All right. Sorry. I just had one. Well,
I like the sound of that.
both of you notice. This is definitely too happy. Hold on. No. I don't know all of the songs yet. I never will. They keep adding them every time I turn around, which I'm not mad about. That's actually awesome. But as you sit in silence, mostly staring up at the stars, suddenly both of you hear a rustling. Maybe
I look over to the zebras.
the zebras look spooked. They've begun to kind of stamp and stammer and pull away from their leads. The rustling gets louder. And then the crescendo of the rustling becomes, it's so exponential. What was just like the sounds of pitter-patter is now suddenly a raucous chorus of rattling.
Yeah, Kijani's gonna go wake.
Everybody is
the others
awake.
up. Okay.
It is percussive. You can feel it thumping in your chest cavities.
Vestrin casts light on a branch above our camp to sort of cast light about.
Okay. As the light illuminates. Who does not have dim light vision?
I have
dark
light
vision.
Is that the same thing?
Yes,
You have what?
yeah. I have. He has. Yes. He has the level that you're talking about.
Low light vision, yes.
Low light vision, yes, sorry.
Where do we see this?
Everybody has low light vision.
No.
I think that
I don't.
maybe
know.
Kijani
Kijani does
doesn't.
not have low light vision.
Kijani and maybe Tovaros?
I have low light vision.
Yeah, I know that the elves all at least have.
Low light vision, yeah, and you have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
So
Go ahead.
I would actually cast light in the 4 sort of cardinal directions.
Okay, out away from the camp.
Yeah.
Over the plains. When the light first appears and goes like almost like Dumbledore's light keeper, but slides out away from Vestrin. Oleander, you are blinded by it. Your eyes already adjusted perfectly to the moonlit night.
Yeah, I've been sitting out here like in darkness or like
yeah.
I believe.
Um,
Fuck.
the first thing you see is almost incomprehensible to you. Some distance away, about 120 to 200 feet, there is a serpentine creature covered in scales, just undulating, roiling, like a sea serpent might coil through the surf in a shallow bay. It's large, sandy, mud-colored, metallic-like scales that look like almost like sandstone, but with a slight luster, a sheen. And the scales on its back are much larger, almost like plates, and they line its spine all the way down the spine, and they are lifting and clattering back against his body, creating this almost sonar effect as it starts at like near the front of its body and goes down the length, a 30-foot length of serpent. And that's when you begin to hear the sounds of a discordant second set of rattling, deeper, harsher. And now you can make out barely, as shadows in the distance, barely covered by your illumination, two enormous, serpentine, draconic creatures coiling back, raising up like cobras. Their small but powerful legs on the forefronts of their bodies, out forward as if sumo wrestling, and then they just kind of sling their entire upper bodies like a cobra strikes at one another, jaws, massive jaws open, trying to find purchase. It is incredibly loud. It is a terrifying spectacle. They aren't paying you any attention at all.
As the individual with a body temperature, a core body temperature, 30 degrees higher than the others, I'm glad.
So yeah, what's this is the part where you tell me what you'd like to do.
So I'm assuming that
You're gonna have to,
as
don't
long as
actually
we
scream at me,
don't
but keep in mind you
engage
have to
with
be
them.
screaming in order to be heard over this.
Unless you can sleep here, we might just go ahead and try to get a bit further away from this madness.
It's a little bit discordant, and you would expect a large draconic being to roar. They make no vocal sounds at all, allowing their bodies to do all of the intimidating. It's just like, it almost looks like they're mute, their teeth gnashing.
A lot of body language going on.
Yeah.
Vestron will recast the other 3 lights in that direction so that we can actually see what's unfolding.
What's the distance on light? Sorry, 120 feet. Yeah, you can get it. You can
120
get it close if you put them way out in that direction and kind of raise them up in the sky, almost like stadium lighting. You can get them close. The battle is shifting kind of towards and away from you, so you don't get a full visual, but you can see their moving bodies, and they move remarkably quickly, slithering through the grass. At some points when they lay low and reposition, you almost cannot see them. Their bodies lie so flat, and they slither through the plains that they almost disappear for a moment, which gives them the name Bladestalker.
We should collect the zebras and
The zebras are whinnying, and
we need to move now.
Okay, let's get our things in.
Yep.
all right.
We ride.
You can make a survival check to break camp and make sure you grab everything, or you can just slapdash grab everything, and we'll see. I'll roll some background to see if you leave stuff behind in the panic.
I would like to use a hero point for this roll.
Oh shit.
I would also
Alright.
like to use my hero point, but I did not
I'm sorry, I rolled
I rolled
publicly.
blindly.
Fuck.
That's okay.
Do.
You can keep it.
So are we rolling this even though we don't have?
This is not a
Trained?
trained activity in survival. This is just a survival check.
Roger. Now just give me a
We all
second to
need make
find.
sure
Okay, there
somebody
we
is
go.
covering for us.
Sarah Joan would like to succeed on this roll.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. All right. All right, perfect. As you all quickly gather your things, tear down tents, roll up tarps, grab bedrolls, make sure that there's sand over the coals of the fire, and grab the zebras, giving the blade stalkers a wide berth. It's still just cacophony. You all do manage to grab your things and begin to make your journey away from here. It won't be considered a long rest at this point. You will still be able to pursue that long rest once you find a safe distance traveled. But what I'll do is effectively move you guys another hex. And you will just have a late start tomorrow. You'll sleep in a little bit to make up for it. As you move away, after you get a couple of miles along the path, and you can no longer hear the cacophonous rattling of the shackleback. I don't know why I called them that. What are they? Blade Stalker dragons. Tovaros, you notice, rather unfortunately, that you did manage to leave behind some of your equipment. Let me go through your equipment and see what's
Find
reasonable for
my
you to have.
stuff.
Because you're the only one who failed the survival check to pack up camp. Don't look at me like that, Jerry. This is a skill-based game.
I'm not looking at you. I'm
Even with-
unhappy with the roll. Not
Even
with
with
this-
his hero point,
He rolled the same thing twice. He rolled
oh, Cherry.
2 5s
Come
on
on,
the
dude.
d20. Yeah.
To give you some information, the steel shield and the metal carapace aren't actually
Yes,
in my
yes.
inventory.
But you have 2 backpacks.
I don't know why.
One of the backpacks is in the other backpack, and they both have all the same things in them.
I don't know why.
Jerry?
So you can take away one of the backpacks. That's fine.
And all the stuff in it.
I will, and also, additionally, you managed to leave behind your bar of soap.
That's it.
You
You're-
stank!
R.I.P. the party.
Your flint and steel.
Oh, better not lose his tinderbox. It's a bad one.
And your
It's all down here. You're doomed to be demon possessed.
and your rope.
Okay.
You're used to it being attached to the ship.
Yeah. Okay. I just realized something. There's also something that's in here twice that shouldn't be in here.
You got a bunch of stuff that's in here twice. No wonder you're almost encumbered.
That would explain a lot, actually. I realized
You have
what
2
the-
bedrolls,
I don't know
2
why.
rations, two.
What a queen-sized bedroll, Sid? Stop.
You-
I'm
criticizing
sorry.
him and his
2
wife.
bedrolls?
You have
Tovaros,
14
that's
rations.
rather optimistic, isn't it?
Oh goodness.
I actually
2
don't know
torches. Yeah. Why? Look. Just here's your homework, Jerry. Look at your shit.
That's funny.
As you all settle back down, new campsite,
Vesserin gives Topharos her flint and steel because I can cast ignition.
Yes, indeed. As Topharos, I mean, it's one of those situations like I'm sure you've all been there at some point in your life. You're traveling, your plane gets delayed, you're stuck in the airport overnight somehow. It's like you're dead tired. You had to wake up in the middle
Your
of the night.
lighter and your bar of soap.
You left your lighter and your bar of soap. You're all extremely tired. Even those of you who woke up for this watch. It's just been kind of a startling thing. As you manage to make a camp and resume normalcy, we'll go ahead and switch to the last watch.
That was my watch ended. Thank you. Good night.
It was 3 things, right, Sid?
Yeah, I deleted them from your sheet, as I said them.
Okay.
Hello, it is I.
Kai.
Watch.
Birdwatch.
Bird watch.
We're watch birding.
I'll watch you this time.
So it's early in the morning, right?
In Soviet Russia. It is early in the morning. Let me change the time here.
So I'm going through my forms with a little bit of aggression because I've clearly forgotten things.
I will assist in such endeavors.
Okay.
It is around 4:50. 4:45. Any particular roleplay points that you would like to?
Nothing aside from us sparring.
Okay.
Because this is how I get out my anger. I'm doing my best to maintain my control of my emotions. However, the
You were
events of the
working
prior
with the
day.
right person.
However, the events of the prior day are making it difficult.
Throughout the fisticuffs and understanding that comes with it.
Yep.
You start to kind of figure out where Kai's emotions go. Doing his little bird hands.
You gonna catch these wings, brother?
That's right.
Talons?
Ow!
Caw-caw!
The talons are on like the feet. My hands.
I had always wondered.
They're kind of talony, but. I walk around like that. That's correct.
Okay. No necessary checks for you guys. The sun rises eventually.
You.
Yeah.
Does the sun
I
rise
also
in the
sneeze
east?
when the sun rises. It does rise. Well,
Did it not mute? Sorry.
It did not.
I also sneeze when the sun rises. It kind of rises in the east. Yeah.
I am allergic to the sun.
Does Theory's shield be repaired? I forgot if that happened or anything.
I don't think he actually has a shield. I think it's a metal bending ability. He just has it on his sheet for
Theory, not Topharos.
Sari. I thought you said Jerry.
No.
Jerry
I don't
doesn't
think
have
that
a shield.
I don't think that you ever shield blocked, but I just wanted to make sure to
I
do
only
that
have a
healing too.
shield.
I'm
I
also-
only have a shield.
I'm still not
Whenever I
talking
want
to
a shield. I know.
Wow.
What's up?
you. Is your shield at full HP?
Look. Yes, it is 20 out of 20. The last time that it was hit, I believe Vesserin fixed it.
I think it was me. I think that I picked up. No one had crafting, and I had to ask to drop survival so that one of us could have crafting, so that we could effectively have someone
That
that had
tracks.
a shield that worked.
I'm
so
pretty confident I didn't fix anybody's shield.
You might
I
have
know that
at that
somebody
point
did.
had the highest crafting check because it's an intelligence-based check, and you're the only one with intelligence. But
Yep.
That's fair.
anyways.
I didn't realize it was intelligence based.
you might still have the highest craft. Well, no, if Willa's trained in it, then
Yep. No, you still might.
because it's still an intelligence-based check. So, you guys
I have
awaken.
+4.
I have a +5, I think, because I have an item bonus.
Elixir of life, yes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what that does. So makes you good at crafting shit. You guys do manage to sleep in. Topherus and Kai managed to take a couple of cat naps, swapping back and forth. I will say that despite the evening interruption, you will all get a long rest. So make sure that you. I don't think you've done anything to change your character sheets mechanically since the last time I told you you got a long rest, but that will be the case. And it is time now to proceed on the next day. This is the 9th day, Fantasy Tuesday.
Yeah,
Ninth
this
day
should
of
be
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth the 9th. Yeah.
Yep. All right, and you guys are gonna move your 4 hexes. Let's see, I'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sun's Day.
Yes. For the purposes of this, everybody reduce your rations again.
Are we doing rations now?
Oh boy. Okay. Ooh, do I have rations? It's gonna be a problem.
Should be, but you were able to replenish at the bandit camp, so this would have been.
We had like a number of days. I think I had 3 weeks of rations. Is what it looks like. And I'm down 5 out of 7 of one of those.
I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but you've had the chance to re-ration, so just picking up some, and you could always hunt if you wanted to take that opportunity. There's plenty to.
Yeah.
Plenty
Now that I
to-
know that, like, yeah, I
I would like to hunt in the
vibe
morning.
with it.
Okay, so great. All right, I'll use a ration. But I would have had another set of rations.
I
We had at
think
least 2 weeks of rations.
Huh?
Pretty sure.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I think that everyone had 12 rations total.
I only
When-
had
when you
7.
left. 7 is kind of a standard pack.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some rations in my sheet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be too strict about it, unless you guys make some dumb decisions that take you a long way away from being able to find any food. But just wanted to point that out since that's the only mechanical thing that happens at the new day this time around.
Fair enough.
You guys stop for the night, camp. We're gonna go ahead and actually skip to the next dawn, 10th day.
Dawn of the 10th day.
Ba-da-da. Ba-da-dee-da-da-da.
Don't know how to do. Oh shit. Should be the 11th day.
Oh,
We'll move another 4.
so we're skipping another day.
Yes, we're. I don't want to take up too much more time with random encounters.
Okay.
So as you wake up on the 11th day, check your rations. We'll move another day. This will be the 12th day. I'm just doing this math kind of as we go. I'll roll.
Sun's Day, Moon's Day, Earth Day, Sun's Day.
Should be the 12th. Hell's Day? It's the 12th day? Oh, you guys are not on this map because I moved. So you can't even see me moving it.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Sorry.
No worries.
So we're skipping ahead to what? Labyrinth 12? Labyrinth 13?
Let me do the whole math.
Sure.
14. Oh, okay. So this will be the evening of Labyrinth 15. Set day. Not quite nighttime.
Go lay down.
Damn. Okay. I guess I knew that. Okay. So, let me roll to see if anything happens in that time. A pretty low chance that it will. You know, I just have to roll that natural one that I did last time. Wow, I got pretty close.
I'll get you pretty close.
So, you guys will be on the... Wow. You guys will be on...
Still my
this,
heart.
This is the 15th day of Labyrinth. It's Sun's Day, which is Fantasy Tuesday. It's been basically a week since the last time you guys did anything, 6 days. And so reduce your rations by 6, unless you would like to hunt in that time, which if you'd like to, I give you the opportunity.
I would like to hunt every single day and only use rations if necessary.
All right, make 6 survival checks for me.
Okay, Dad. Do you want to tell me the DC and I can just public roll all of them and you can carry on? Unless it changes, it's up to you.
It shouldn't change.
I just don't want to hold everybody up for all that.
3.
Yes.
Okay, so the DC is 17.
Can I help hunt?
You can. The way help
Even
works
though I
is that
won't
you'll
be
also
eating.
roll it.
Yeah. It's survival.
What's your modifier?
+9.
Okay, I'm at +8. It could help. The only time the crit fails are the only time you hinder me, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, fuck it. Roll some shit.
Yeah. So you can each roll, and then let me know.
6 of them.
You can roll
6 of
public.
them.
DC 17.
Hmm. Ooh.
That's a hinder. What's crit fails -1 or
Crit fail is a -1.
okay. So I've got +1 and a -1 and nothing.
You get 2 +1s.
Sorry, 3 +1s and a -1 and nothing.
Yeah, we don't know what the first roll was.
Oh, okay. I will go ahead and start, and then we'll wait to hear about that.
First roll was a 20. So.
All right. So 1, 2.
So +1, nothing, +1, +1, -1, +1.
So 4 +1s, 1 -1.
Just need to throw this into an Excel spreadsheet, honestly.
Yeah. All right. So there's my nothing. All right. Succeed 1.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's my -1.
Failure.
Okay, that's a ration. Okay. And then
Would have been a
have
failure anyway.
The
Though.
rest.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Mason's fault.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Kijani.
the rest are +1s.
It's never Mason's fault.
Well, Mason can do no wrong, so like that's
Success.
where that comes from.
That's an interesting sentiment.
The abundance of what you find in the hunting here is these incredibly large, barely. That +1 did it. Oh, you didn't get a +1 on that one.
I didn't throw in the +1 because I forgot, but
Oh, but yeah, okay. The most abundant prey here that you can easily find are these sort of enormous rabbits. They're roughly the size of like a Labrador.
okay. Only one failed.
All right.
The one ration. Must find my rations now.
Brilliant.
I have no rations on my character sheet. I'll be right back with you.
All this to save your rations that you didn't even have. No wonder you were
That's
trying
right.
to hunt. You didn't even bring any food
Yeah.
with you.
That's right. Who needs food when you're a bird, you know?
Well-
like a bird, I only fly away.
I don't know
how
where
many
my
total
home
should I have?
is. Please help me. I don't know where my home is.
I don't know where my home is.
All right. On the 6th day. Speaking of the 6th day, there's a really cool mechanic in Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering. There's a Gandalf version that has an ability that puts him on the top of your library, 5th from the top. So it's like on the 5th day, you can draw him. Anyway. You all approach. I want to flip this. Give me just a second.
Okay, no problem.
Image, transform, flip horizontally, save. Export as. Replace. It just looks better this way. You all see as you crest the final hill and you hear the sound of the ocean. Long before you get there, you can hear the sound of the ocean slashing up against the shores. You can hear the sound of seagulls. You smell the salt air. And as you crest a hill, you can see in the distance the gleaming towers of Eamdal Liam.
The southern city.
Yes, the southern city.
Wow.
Ah, yes.
Cool.
And we'll do some different music. Who were we just listening to that I liked a lot? Not that. There's so many songs. There's so many. I shouldn't be complaining. I just need to favorite some of these.
This place is enormous.
Indeed. The towers, which appear to be carved directly from the cliff itself in a very kind of Minas Tirith fashion. It's like as if this main island where the capital is was once like an obelisk, a pillar of stone, and it just kind of slowly got chiseled down by magic to create the city that sprawls out here. You can see that the actual, I'm not going to call the suburbs, but the rest of the city does continue well beyond over onto the main continent, past the beaches in the distance behind you there. There's kind of a sheltered harbor where two pieces of land create a strait where it would be tough for like an armada or any sort of naval force to approach the city in full force. There is a thriving harbor where you can see a number of ships sailing in and out of the shallows here. It is evening time, and you hear the bells ringing in the city as the top of the hour. The clocks all chime.
We are here to charter a ship. Yes.
Yeah. Find a way to the auction.
What's that?
No, yes, I was agreeing. Yet to find a way to. I just couldn't think actual port that we want to go to, or not port, but like the
Gantha.
yeah.
Oh yes, the Ganfar Collective.
I believe that would fall on your shoulders, Oleander.
From your vantage, the road does continue around to your left, following the coast. There's not really a way from this high cliff to get down to the main inner city. It seems to be there's foot traffic and also plenty of ferries that do travel to and fro between the mainland and the city, but you can't get there by horse right here easily. You'll have to kind of circle around to the sprawling suburbia area on the continent, where you can see the road takes you intentionally in that direction, and there's a large gate where there are people entering the city, are being not questioned, but there's a checkpoint effectively to get into the city on the far side over there. So as you continue, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I just want to know if could you spell Imdaliam for me real quick?
Yeah, IIAMDAL. LIAM.
Gotcha. Okay. One letter off. Okay. Thank you.
Was it the double I?
No, I forgot the A that came after the two I's.
So, as your small cohort proceeds down the road, you ultimately arrive at a large marble gate. It's like the Arch in Paris. There's no walls. It's just a gate that happens to straddle the street that enters into this sprawling terracotta-roofed sandstone building city beyond, which seems to thrive with commerce. And there's a lot of sort of, it's a very jovial sense. Everyone has their scholastic sigils present, but kind of it's after the traditional work day, so there's a lot of I don't want to say carousing, but people are enjoying themselves at this time of day in the city. As you approach the main gate, you can see a little bit of a blur, a haze to either side of the arch, indicating there's some kind of powerful magical ward replacing the fact that there's no wall around the city. Some kind of protective energy, and you would be funneled through this gate even if you tried to subvert this by some means. In your experience, Oleander and Topharos, around the world in major cities, typically like a city checkpoint like this would be manned by guards in armor and with weapons. Here you see only a pair of scholars, two people, one a younger gentleman and one an older woman with gray hair pulled back in a bun. She seems to have hints of Vanara, like she might be a half-breed human Vanara. She has sort of almost ape-like features in some of her, but she's clearly mostly humanoid. She's an older woman, and the two of them together are questioning everybody who passes through. Vestron, you would know that it would be a mistake to underestimate these guards just because they aren't carrying weapons and wearing armor. This is, after all, Baionaya, where such things are as flimsy as paper to the practiced mage. As the six of you approach. Welcome to Imdaliam. Would you state your business for visiting?
We're here for trade. We're bringing these correct name of the species of animal that we're riding.
I think they're just Horizon zebras.
Okay, I don't remember if they had it. I thought they, yeah, these zebras, and I give them the two businesses that
Sure.
I am
Sure.
lying a little clear, obviously, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
It's a gentle lie. It's mostly the truth. I won't make you roll deception, unless you
Sorry,
prefer to roll deception.
a better exception.
You can roll deception.
Above table.
Yeah.
This is my own shortcoming. What are we doing here?
We are chartering a ship to the Ganfar Collective to go to the auction where they are auctioning off one of the crystal shards of the veil.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the place to get to the to not have to go around Astroport.
That's right. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. The closest
You had
other
to get-
harbor
you had
was
to-
not only shy on ships because there's a war
War.
on, but you have to go all the way around the world basically to
You have
get.
to. You have to. The.
It was
the
like
horn.
a 6-month journey to
Yeah.
get there.
Basically, you have to circumvent the Horn of Africa. Is the
Yeah.
translation to real world terms. Yep. And this would be a relatively short trip. You're heading to Bangladesh.
2 hours
ultimately,
from now.
but yes. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Sid,
Sorry.
what is the
We've actually been talking about like actually moving across the. It's like
yeah.
Just lost the thread there for a moment.
What's up, Jer?
Sid, what are the scholastic prestiges?
So she has a 46 and he has a 30.
46. I was about to put a much larger number than 46. 46. Okay.
460.
Male has a 30. What?
30.
30.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
Did you roll that? Sorry.
I did. I don't know. I can't tell you what it was because I did it privately with them. That blind.
She kind of looks at you. Those businesses haven't been practicing for some years, you do realize.
Vestrin says, well, yes, then it seems there's room in the market.
You have buyers lined up for these Horizon Zebra?
Perhaps. They are.
She takes out
I speak from personal experience. They are a very good way to traverse the Horizon Plains.
Indeed. You've come from very
Which-
far then?
Well, yes. I mean, we've traveled from Vidrusari. Would you be interested in purchasing one?
From Vidrusari. Of course.
And I meant, if I didn't make that clear, I mean that like I was.
She seems to have a little bit of contempt for Vidrusari.
Hmm.
Remember that Vidrusari is like the Hong Kong.
Oh,
and
yeah,
this is like
fair enough.
mainland China. It's not really contempt. There's a cultural.
Vestrin says, Vestrin says, I note that your reticence about the city itself, but
Oh no! Such
We
a
wa- no,
shining
no.
gem of
No,
Valenaya.
now, it's fine. The place is a hive of scum and villainy, but we must go where the gold is. That's the truth of the matter, and
The truth, and you're traveling zebra merchants, are you? Make a diplomacy check.
public, private. What do you want?
Private, blind.
Vestrin says, well, when we have the wares, yes, but we dabble in a number of different, shall we say, eccentricities.
I see. Well, you're welcome into the mainland part of Iem Daliam. You'll need special invitation to visit the noble district on the island, if that is your intention.
Naturally.
You'll find everything you need straight down this main causeway. About half a mile, you'll reach the city square. There's a number of notable inns that I can recommend. Nothing really to avoid so long as you don't leave the main streets. Enjoy your stay in the southern city.
Sorry, would you recommend an inn? You mentioned you would recommend them. I would
Yes.
like you to.
There are there are 3 inns at the main square, half a mile down the main street, all of which are perfectly acceptable. Just don't leave the main streets.
Pardon my bluntness, but... Oh, what?
Oh, I mean, it's just not recommended, miss.
It's dangerous, is what you're trying to say.
Quite possibly.
Fair enough. Sorry, this is our first time visiting this,
Clearly. Enjoy your stay. She
If
seems to be in a
our-
hurry to push you along and get to the next.
Veteran curtsies in the most fuck you way possible.
Okay. Yeah.
And strides through the gate like she owns the place.
Naturally.
I got a momentary
Leander's kind of
flashback.
grabbing his zebra and like looking at a veteran's empty zebra and like grabs it by the harness like scout.
Yeah, as you all enter, think of this as on the mainland area, the buildings aren't built tall. They're built out, sprawling. There's lots of space. There's alleys and twisting roads. It's not too dissimilar to Astropor, except that Astropor seems to be stacked on top of itself, always clamoring for real estate near the ocean. Whereas here, it kind of has that kind of sprawling, almost Pompeian Roman sort of layout. All the streets, all the buildings have this very similar terracotta roofs, sandstone, limestone construction buildings. Along the main street here, you see a number of shops clearly catered to travelers. There's like general tack and barding stores. There's places to get travel rations and adventuring gear. All well advertised right here on the main stretch that leads out of Eam Daliam. It's clear that they know they're positioned well to advertise to people traveling across the plains and to and fro here. As
Sid.
Enter was here, yeah.
So we're not on. So the island that we see in this picture is not where we are.
No, if you look past the
The
island
island. Yeah.
towards the mainland in the back,
Uh huh.
you
Yeah.
guys are coming from the left-hand side and
Gotcha.
making your way, kind of traveling along the coast towards
Okay.
those large plateaus.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
And you can see those looming in the distance. The sun is setting, and they cast a deep shadow over part of the mainland of the city. There is still some daylight to be had where you're at, near the edge over here. There is a walking path along the beach where you could travel. You could walk to the city, the island, the noble district. Also, there are ferries going to and fro, which seems to be the more common way to traverse carrying goods and things from the mainland to the island, since the actual walking path is mostly sand and beach, and like carts will have a hard time traversing that. But there are ferries going to and fro from the various docks and platforms jutting out.
Just for
into the
our
bay.
understanding, maybe not for our characters' understanding,
Mhm.
those
Bye,
paths,
Davis.
those paths go all the way under and through the.
There seem to be arched paths carved on all sides. You don't know how they connect in the middle,
Okay.
but there do seem to be almost like a beehive sort of tunnel structure.
That
Gotcha.
probably like deliveries happened through that like up.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. You would pull in with a large like ferry, a freight ferry full of wine and food for the nobles, and it would be lifted directly up into the city, such that the tradesfolk would never actually be invited into the island. They
Gotcha.
would just
Uh-huh.
stay on the boat. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe.
Okay. Okay.
Well, shall we go secure lodging at one of the inns that are recommended?
Are you?
Yes.
Do you want to try and sell the zebras back at this point?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
I can do that while we get just like cut. I don't want to spend too much time doing that. If it's just rolls, we can split the party for that.
Yeah, for sure. So you can spend some time gathering information to find a trader who will do that. So that's a.
It sounds like our guy retired.
You're gonna roll a. I think it's normally diplomacy, but you could roll. Do you have something that lets you gather information with something other than diplomacy?
Not yet, and I'm good with diplomacy.
Okay.
I'm not bad at diplomacy. I'm just a little bit better at deception.
At the dark arts, sure. Go ahead and roll diplomacy. Gather information. Okay. Yep. You are able to find a trader. He has a couple of beasts of burden. Doesn't seem to be in the market precisely for what you're selling, but is willing to buy them for 2 gold apiece.
Sarah will smolder to increase the price.
Yeah, I want to add it because they were like 20 gold apiece.
Yeah. Do you want to make some kind of check? Make an impression?
Mm-hmm.
It's another diplomacy check. Yeah. So you counter argument. That's much better. Okay. It's clear you know what you have on your hands here. Look, sorry for fleecing you. Look, 12 gold apiece.
That is much more reasonable. I understand that buying used evens, they did have a journey from.
Well hardened then. They've learned their ways around the plains.
Precisely. You know how to sell things too.
Oh, I do.
Even to yourself.
Did you run into anything interesting crossing the plains, and how far did you come?
There's the Blade Stalkers that I ran into recently.
Blade Stalkers. Ah, beautiful beasts. They make a fine set of armor.
Is that right?
A little bit noisy.
If you can kill them.
Oh, I can kill them.
Oh.
Also heard of a bandit camp that got raided by some.
Vestrin pulls out a fan and starts.
Above table. On table. Perfect. That was exactly what Sarah was saying. Above table, Sarah, when you have every understanding that this creature is like a level 9 creature that you would absolutely run away from every time you see it.
Yeah, whatever. That's
Okay,
not what he says, though.
I know. I just want to be clear, in case you run into another one, that you should not try and prove that statement correct.
Do not engage.
No. Sid, I appreciate it, but I don't think... Here's my counter argument, okay?
Mhm.
Please check the chat.
Yes.
All right, that's all I have.
All
Yes,
right.
quite simple.
Counter argument older.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. All right. So you'll get 6 times 12 gold pieces back for the investment.
Cool.
Why does it sound like an orchestra tuning?
It does sound like orchestra tuning.
It's great. I love it. Keep it going.
And then as you continue down through the city towards the square, it's about in the main mass in the valley of the bay back there. And it is at this point in the day shadowed by the massive plateaus straight ahead. So it's not quite sundown by any means. You can see the afternoon sun blazing off of the bright white stones of the noble district in the center, but it is shaded here, and as such lots of businesses and shops have begun to turn on mage lights and light lanterns. As you reach the main square, here in the middle of the square, there is an enormous marble carving of a fuck.
Sorry, what?
In the traditional Greek fashion. No, I just realized that this is one of those things that I had on my notes that are gone forever.
R.I.P.
Shit. All right, I'm gonna rely on you guys to help me out here with your great notes, if you can. What is the name of the Scholastic Premier right now? Conover's grandfather.
Adam.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
hold on.
No, check your notes. Don't make it up. I gave you this once before.
Can you spell Conover?
I was just Adam
K-A-H-N-I-V-E-R.
Conover's a guy. He was on College Humor for a while.
Yes,
The
yes. Adam ruins
Scholastic
everything.
Premier.
The Scholastic Premier. Anyways, in the middle of the square there is a large statue of the current Scholastic Premier. This is going to be the ruler of Vaonaya right now. Although it's not a strict. It is an empire. It's not ruled by the emperor per se. The Scholastic Premier, he can't do everything on his own. There's checks and balances, but a very powerful political individual. This marble statue, as you watch it, it's carved to be in almost like a thinking pose. And as you watch, it shifts its position a little bit, as if getting comfortable, and rearranges, and pulls out a scroll and begins reading. And this is like a 30-foot tall on a marble statue on a plinth in the middle of the square. Actually, I might have this in World Anvil. But much like Elegance, Conover, this is what the players, not the characters, but the players would recognize as an African-American descent gentleman with close cropped hair and a nice, neat, tidy beard. He is broad-shouldered, quite well physically fit for a mage. He has robes on that are similar to those warriors' white robes that you saw when the army was passing through, but a little bit more elegant, a little more elevated with filigree and ornamentation. And that is what decorates the center of the square here in Eamdal Liam. There are 3 inns which surround the square, which is a terrible misnomer since it is not a square at all, but an octagon. And among the 3 inns, they look very similar. One of them has live music going on right now. The energy and sounds of lutes and drums pours out of the open doors, along with the smell of ale. One of the inns has a
that
quiet...
one's called In Time.
In Time. I love it. There's a second one that is much more subdued. The common room here, there's large glass windows that allow the sunlight, what little there is, at this time of day, to pour into the main space on the first level of the inn. It has a much more like Asheville hippie trippy granola coffee shop vibe as opposed to a bar. Like there is a bar, people are drinking beer, but it's like kind of an elevated, quiet study experience rather than
But also,
a
like,
tavern.
somehow not.
Yeah. They have
Common
like a
Market.
glass. No, it's not quite as hippie trippy as Common Market.
Okay.
That's a whole
different
like
thing.
white people with dreadlocks sort of vibe. We're not quite there yet. The third inn is, you can't really tell from the outside what's going on in there. The windows are shuttered, but there are people going in and out. It's not closed. The second inn is called Sangue de Legume.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna need
Well,
you to
go
spell
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
Sangui.
Just smile on Sid's face right now.
DELAGUME.
I haven't decided if this is like the exact type of place that Oleander would stay, or the opposite of a place that Oleander would stay.
Sanguidel Legume.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's just
That
the
was
whole
the third,
thing.
the third one, or the
That's the second
one. The hippy dippy one is called that one.
Yes, Sanguidel.
Okay.
Which, if you're up on your Latin, means
Blood of
Blood
the bean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a coffee shop.
So it's just it's literally a coffee shop. Yeah,
it's a
that,
coffee
that's
shop.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize. I appreciate it. I hope you're proud.
I am.
Take your laugh. Take your upvote and leave. Angry upvote. Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. The last one is the sound of silence.
The sound of silence. Yep.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes, and indeed there are no lights on. No, I'm just kidding. There are lanterns lit outside it, but the windows are shuttered. You can't really see what's going on inside. There are also some other things, what you would expect around the city square. There's there's a place where there would be a market, but it is kind of tidying up for the day, closing up stalls and rolling up tarps and things. There's a couple of clothiers of various varieties. I thought I just heard a gunshot.
Why are we?
This happens far too frequently on our streams.
Agreed.
My neighbors love to shoot, so
Is Laura okay?
Probably. She confirmed that she would have screamed if she had been shot.
Fair.
Oh, good. Would we have heard
I'm
it?
okay.
Hi, Laura.
They say hi. So yeah, the other things that you would expect around a city square. You guys tell me what you'd like to do. You feel free to split the party, or not.
Vesrin is immediately in search of spells.
Okay.
Are there any magic shops?
They're
But
definitely
not like the fake magic.
Yeah, no, this is Veonaya. Only the real stuff around here.
Not like here is a trick deck.
The surgeon
Right.
wants to go sword and armor shopping.
Sword and armor sharpening.
I wanna go armor sharpening.
All right.
Johnny's going to go with Vezrin.
I think that I will too, because I'm looking for potentially a magic item.
Okay. Well, you guys will have to give me a chance to prepare for a shopping episode. Can we push that
Yes, that's fine.
to next time? I will tell you ahead of time so that you can begin thinking about what you want to look for. That this is a 7th level settlement. So
What does that mean for?
it means that without really trying, you could find for sale any item of 7th level or lower.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Just wanted to clarify that.
Without hunting down a specialist,
Yeah.
you can just in the shops find up to 7th level items. It's like a game mechanic that helps you kind of understand
Yeah.
Okay.
what's
Cool.
available.
Typically, like in Pathfinder, the settlement. Well, anything that is 2 levels lower than the settlement level means it's something you can generally do pretty easily without
Right.
trying. So, like,
At
if we
level,
wanted to,
I think it's a bit high. It gets
it's a little harder.
That's,
Yeah, but
that's
it's
true.
possible,
So
yeah.
7th level items are possible to find, but take some effort. You might even find, and I'll tell you now that the Noble District has its own level. So
Got it.
Yeah.
if you were to find your way, get invited over to the island, that'd be a whole nother affair. But the gold value is still going to be probably your bottleneck here. I'll let you know economically.
I have 2 questions. Question
Yes.
number 1:
Yes.
How far away in time, days, is the auction that we're trying to get to?
That's a good question because I lost my notes. It's the second vanishing. I'll have to go back and check what I told you guys. Does anyone remember? I think it was a number of weeks.
Yeah, it was some time out.
So you probably have some time to play around with. If I could check the map here.
Oh, sorry. So, rumor, pair of amethyst teardrops that has been known to float in response to certain metals at the Ganfar auction a month from now. And that was the 29th of Siren.
Okay. 29th of Siren. So yeah, you've got 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
Make it where to
make it to Ganfar.
here?
Here. Moving 6 squares a day. Let's see. I hope you can still make it, or I might have to retcon some stuff.
I don't. That was one of the. You gave us the date before you checked the distance.
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
time
that's
you
what
gave
happened. Just if you change it, tell me so I can change in my notes. So, Control F is a wonderful thing.
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
9, 10. Oops. 11, 12. Hehe. Oops. 13.
So no is the answer.
14.
Yeah.
That's how many days? If we get a boat tomorrow.
Yeah, 14 would get you here. So it's actually going to take 15.
Maybe a month was like
Ambitious?
not no. A month was not specific. Like she said a
15.
month, but it was specifically a month in like 4 days. It's close to a month.
17. 18. Yeah, it's a month and 4 days.
A month and 4 days from the 29th of Siren?
Yeah. Let me give you an exact date so that
Okay.
we can set our clocks to it. Let's see, that'll be Labyrinth 29, Scorpion
It also doesn't have to be like we get there at the exact date. It could be we
29.
get there.
It's gonna be Centauran the 5th.
Okay.
We'll call it. It's on a Saturday. Centauran the 6th. Hell's Day.
On Hell's Day.
Which means that you have roughly, if you want to,
We probably need to charter our boat tonight for tomorrow.
you could leave tomorrow or the next day and be there cutting it close.
Okay. And that answers my second question. So, okay, right.
I think we should go to the docks. It's gonna be hard to charter a boat today. I like tonight, I think.
I think.
I mean, I guess
yeah, might be easier to find a crew at a bar at potentially
Yeah, we could go to it like a tavern.
not like
And-
not actually like charter them, but like look and see what type of people are around. Potentially.
I'd be interested in doing that.
Yeah. So you guys want to get a hotel room and put all your like travel packs and things, lock them in a room, and then head out into the city and carouse a bit.
Sure. That sounds good. I'm attracted to In Time.
Okay.
I like music. Best friend is ambivalent.
Anyone
about
else
music,
have an opinion on the inn?
Topher's going everywhere everyone else wants to go, so.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
In time it is.
As you step into the main common room here, one thing that you notice about a lot of these buildings is that they use a lot of floor-to-ceiling glass. Probably a number of reasons for that. Vesser, you would know that glass is incredibly cheap to make with magic as opposed to the traditional fashion. Even huge panes of it become nominal as far as labor is concerned with the right spells. And the materials are readily available. So glass is common. But additionally, this area of the city suffers from being shadowed by the plateaus, the wall of mountains to the east that makes it darker earlier in the day. So absorbing as much of that sunlight, much of that ambient bouncing light is in their best interest. As you enter into the space, you can see near the back of the tavern, on either side of the main staircase that leads up to the rooms that would be upstairs and where the inn actually is, there are 2 stages, and there are 2 bard troops set up right now, each of which has a tip jar or hat or something in front of them. They seem to be taking requests and trying to outplay one another and do the most familiar, best rendition. It's dueling piano bar. It's a raucous sort of environment. Some of your favorite tunes are being played with entirely new and unique instrumentation, covers of songs that you've heard before. Drinks are readily available, and you are able to get rooms here. There seems to be a muffling spell as soon as you pass up the first set of stairs. It's relatively quiet here on the second level where the rooms start. And you guys can get rooms. How many rooms are you booking? For the 6 of you.
I don't need one.
How many beds are in each room?
Could be 2.
3 rooms then?
That works.
Okay. Rooms run for 2 gold apiece.
Okay, so
for the night.
6.
Which is steep in your experience, but this is big city living.
6 gold.
6 gold. Yeah, it doesn't seem a lot when you've got the kind of cash flow that you guys do right now, but to the common man, that's a lot of gold for one nice day.
Does that include provisions for evening and morning?
Yeah. There would be food included.
Okay.
Room and board. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, excellent. All right, I guess we'll take 6 gold from the party stash, which I can't seem to edit right now. So.
Because we're on the big map.
Yeah, that's all right. I guess we'll pay for rooms if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Kijani, you do note, after a little bit of exploration of the inn, that there is a rooftop terrace. If you're interested. A couple of green things growing up here, kind of semi-tropical plants and things. You actually notice that some of them seem to be natives of Astropor. Plants grown in the tropical regions of the Spiral Sea have been transplanted here in massive terracotta pots. It's something a bit of home you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, very nice. Kijani will sleep in one of those trees.
In the tree, yep, okay. These are not big plants. They're like a palm tree in a pot. It's
you
not
a smaller plant.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Silly me. And then you guys are gonna head out into the city, do some exploring.
Yes.
All right. Give me a direction. What's your intention? And if you'd like to split the party, does anyone have anything in particular they want to do aside from shopping? I promise we'll do that first thing next time. There's a lot to do as far as that's concerned here in EMWM, and you guys have the money for the first time ever to actually spend it. But is there anything aside from shopping episode that you guys want to get into in the last 20 minutes here tonight?
Is there a Alabaster Fleet ship at the here?
Yeah,
Good
can we
question.
go to the dock?
In the bay.
Down by the bay.
Sitting in the dock of the bay.
There is an Alabaster Fleet ship here. It is called the
Inheritance.
No, because that's gonna get because it has to have a white color associated with that, and we don't need to get into that.
They all have
Oh.
white.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Wow. Man.
It's called the Silver Sleek. It's a smaller, faster ship meant for chasing
Be on
down.
par with my second ship.
Silver Sleek.
Mhm.
Alabaster. Sid, I never found the name of Elegance's.
I
father.
couldn't find it either.
I'm sure I have
Elegance?
it in. It's
Adam it
Elegance.
is.
It's not Adam. I'm sure it's in World Animal.
A Tom.
It's not. It's not Tomas either.
The ship was called Silver Sleek.
That's the name of the ship that is a member of the mercenary guild that you guys ran into early on. And
Got it.
when you ran into Gaswanu. Gaswanu was the name of the mercenary that helped you guys, was hired by Noman and helped you guys out of the safe house.
That's right. I remember.
And ultimately, Topharos and Oleander wound up joining that aquatic mercenary guild known as the Alabaster Fleet. And that's what they've been doing for 10 years, so they have some connections there.
Sarah Joan probably, noticing that they're going out to the Alabaster Fleet, would take some time to write just a quick little letter.
Okay.
Try, knowing now that his parents are not in the main city of Astroport at this
Astropolis,
point.
yeah.
They're just the same generic, unsigned, but they would know, postcard of, hey, thinking about you, and try to get it sent to his parents.
Okay.
Jared would also read Dalian's letter, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we forgot to do
100%.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. You're carrying with you a letter that is meant to be sent to Astroport. It's written by Dalian. It is written to his wife and child. It leaves no details, but is full of remorse and apologies and well wishes. The only thing that is questionably detailed is instructions on how to access his vault at the main bank in the Astropolis. So it's dangerous to put in a letter, but he didn't know how else to.
Yeah, that's not me, man.
It's potentially identifying is the thing, but also could be exploited if someone were to intercept this. But that's up to you how to respond to that. His rationale is if he doesn't give this information to his wife, then the money's just going to sit there anyway. You guys could be sneaky and just hang on to the letter and the instructions and go take all his money. Yeah.
If Sarah Joan has anything to say about that, you will not do that.
I mean,
We could take all the money out.
And then give
Make a
piece
new
of it to his
account.
wife. Oh.
And
back pay for all the bullying, I say.
make
Yeah.
a new account and put all the money in there so that they can't track her back if she ever asks to do it.
Oh. That's, really mean.
mean?
I think that he still means to.
Oh,
get,
and then give her the
Yeah,
information.
give her the
Yes.
new account so that she can.
Everybody
I see.
collectively paused of.
You're just gonna change
What?
the account number so that she has 0 opportunity to ever find it. Got it. Even if she were to beg the banker for the. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, I wish I could do something. I really could, but I'm just telling you, there's nothing here. Like,
There's nothing in this account mess. So, yeah, you approach the Alabaster Fleet. Easily are able to. I mean, you know right who to talk to get a message sent to Astropor. Catch up on some local news. Nothing I really want to get into the weeds on, but yeah, you're welcomed on the decks of the Silver Sleek, even if you don't have a cabin here, and you could book passage really cheaply on the Silver Sleek if you wanted to join up, but it's not going in the direction you wanted to.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nothing I can think of.
Nope.
Okay. A quick investigation of the. Well, someone can make a gather information. I think you need to be trained in diplomacy. You can gather information if you'd like. Blind diplomacy check.
Okay.
I don't know why you have to be blind all the time. Diplomacy. I'm trained. I can do this.
You might also actually be decent at it. Oh, but not with that roll.
Wow.
I would like to use my session reroll.
Okay, you want to? Sure.
You're about done anyway.
That's true. Okay, that's more that's more like it. And Oleander still beats you out with a much lower roll on the die because he gets to add some charisma to it. Anyone else doing this? Diplomacy check. Cool.
Absolutely not. Or not
I'm
diplomatic.
not the one to do it either.
Seratwin and Oleander, you both pool your abilities to kind of chat up the sailors on the docks and discover that there are only a handful of ships leaving for the Ganfar Collective in the next couple of days that would get you there on time. Namely, there are 2. So you guys can check out those 2 options when we next meet. Just write down that there are 2. I don't have names for them yet. I'm thoroughly unprepared for this session. I apologize. It's been so long. Look, just give me a break, okay?
No.
Okay. That's fair and valid. Alright, so next time when we meet, we'll do some shopping in the city. I'll have some items available here that you guys, and the price is all ready to go. We'll do some investigating into your logistics, chartering the ship to the Ganfar Collective, and set sail. Yeah, it's a lame finish. Anybody else have anything?
Bye, Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye, Mom.